stuck in this cycle, and there's no way to get out. I see it all around me. It's from the earth that it sprouts. These walls seem to surround me, from the inside and out. Yes, it's a part of nature. Oh, this force is profound, but I rebel. Oh, I resist.
Yes. Oh, man. We talked about it for so long, bro.
Yes, sir.
We are finally here.
Yes.
The Iron File Podcast 1.0.
Part one.
Wow.
Part one. You know, when J. Cole dropped the 2014 Hills Drive, the outro, he was like, yeah. Like, he was excited. Elite. Yeah, elite. All right, we here, bro. So, without further ado, you know what I'm saying? Why are we here?
We are here, bro, because we have been talking for so long about doing something to impact the world, right? Doing something that will affect generations to come. And one of the things that we talked about was, being a voice and giving a voice to people who want something a little bit different. And it's been on my heart. I know it's been on your heart to do something for the men, right? In today's society, there's so many people that are trying to give their input or their definition of what it means to be a man, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so many young people are looking for a good example, a strong example. And so you and I, coming from a place of love, we want to be able to be a voice for young men, and it doesn't even have to be specifically young men, but that's kind of who we want to target, and kind of give words of encouragement and things that will help build men up. The idea for the Iron File came from the Bible verse that iron sharpens iron. Wanting to go along with that theme, sharpening our tools of manhood through collaboration. And that's really what the mission of all of this is to see men growing and blossoming and becoming men, you know what I mean? And we've been talking about doing something since I want to say 2015, 2016,
2017, 2018, 2019. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about it, bro. So it's a blessing to see everything starting to unravel, And as far as just being a growing into manhood, bro, it's a journey that we shouldn't want to do alone, It's something that it makes it a lot easier when you got a brother. You know what I'm saying? I wish I remember the scripture, but it basically says, like, if you're on the ground, it's a little bit better if you're on the ground with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? At least you got that body to. Yeah.
Collaboration is really a good thing. I'm glad that you brought that up. It made me think of if one can chase 1,000, then two can chase 10,000. Yeah. Now, mathematically, you would say them numbers don't make no sense. Yeah. One goes up exponentially and the other is, you know what I mean, addition. But man, God is an exponential type of God. You know what I mean? And so if he says that, a 3-chord strand is not easily broken, you trying to do things all by yourself. It doesn't necessarily work that way. And there's this false narrative for men that, you're not a man until you can do things on your own. You're not a man until, you can live and operate and move and work and do everything, you know what I mean, by yourself. Yeah. And that's so false, man. Guys need community, and you see it all the time, bro. There are podcasts everywhere for women, shows, and they do groups and they do book clubs and all of these different things. And it's like, where are the men at? Where are they at?
And I was just, playing, I guess, Madden with my homeboy last night. And I was like, bro, like, imagine if we had like examples, like imagine if we had like a numerous amount of father figures that were out there giving example and showing us like, yo, I struggle with these exact same things. This is what I did to get through it. This is how I made it to the other side. This is the keys. This is how you battle sexual lust. This is how you battle drinking. Yeah. This is how you go through life successfully because I've already done it. And so I'm here trying to help you get through it, and I think that's the necessity for having fathers in our life, first of all. But to have more than our fathers. You know, sometimes we are a little bit slow to hearing our fathers. You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact that we feel like we know everything. But if we hear it from somebody else, like I was really receptive of the things that my uncle would tell me. You know, like to this day, like I remember him telling me how to accomplish a task. The way you accomplish a task is doing it one step at a time. You don't move to multiple things. You handle one thing and then move to the next, you know. And things like that have like stuck with me to this day. You know what I'm saying? And so
to this day. Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like we need a group of men. We need a surplus. Like E.T. can't be the only person doing this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
C&M can't be the only person doing this. Like we need a group of people who are actually like, at any place I want to turn to, I got this. I got support. I got guidance. I got instruction, you know?
Right. And so that's kind of the vision that we had with doing this thing, man, is providing a space where we can talk and hopefully, man, we get to a point where we can have other people hop on, bring in some pastors, bring in some football coaches, bring in some, you know, people from all different walks of life, musicians and teachers and lawyers and judges, and you know what I mean? The sky is the limit. Yeah. And I absolutely, bro, I love that. And so as we get ready to move forward, man, I am really excited to see where God takes this thing, bro. I'm open to see whatever it is that he has for us, man. And one thing that you said that really got me is like having those examples, right? And so if majority of kids as a young age, they learn from the things that they see. Now, speaking to a kid, yes, that may or may not work, but the things that they ingest visually, the things that they are around, the environment that they're in, that affects them in a very deep way. And so if we can give them something positive to listen to, right? Or if we can put out a video or a content or something like that, that gives them a space to dream, to hope. Man, this really started with us sitting in the dorm room, bro, just dream chasing, man, for hours, just talking about the things that we would want to see in our lives, the things that we would like to see for men all over the world, man. And that's really where this comes from, is a place of love and longing to see people whole again. Yeah. And bro, it's one of those things where I think the scenario on Thursday was an eye opener, just for the simple fact that sometimes the fact that you look like me, bro, like you look like me, you're a college student, you know what I'm saying? You came from a similar background as me, you know? Yeah. Because I had a certain type of belief system and you had a certain type of belief system. When we linked up, it was like, yo, this is my brother, you know what I'm saying? This is my right hand, you know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things where that's why it's so necessary for us to get out here, you know, and to continue to talk the way we were talking in the cars. You remember when we were just sitting in the truck in your car, you know what I'm saying? Having those conversations. But I think it's very necessary for us to get to a place where we have our same conversations, but other people can hear it, because you can see the growth we've had since 2015. Technically since 2014. Like I met you in like July of 2014 at orientation. You know what I'm saying? Man, and to see where we've come, you know what I'm saying, since then, is something that I think other people need to have, because other people do have goals. Other people do have dreams. Other people do want to live a life that's better than the one that they're currently living. Other people have grown up in tough household or tough environments where they're like, yo, I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to do that for my future family, you know? And so it's one of those things where that's one thing that I liked about the story with Jamal, was he was in his own lane with his own goals and dreams and his own ambitions. And he so happened to come across another group of people who had the same goals and dreams and ambitions. And when they linked up and got together, they were even more powerful. They changed the world even more. They went from their local successes to being more international successes. Now Jamal is teaching people how to make millions of dollars, you know, and he wasn't doing that initially. He was just making his own money, you know, for himself. And he got around a group of people. It was like, okay, I could take you to that next level where you're actually creating generational wealth for other families. Other families can live the way you're living, you know. So I think that's very
crucial for us to continue doing what we're doing, because we don't know the type of great people who are out there who just need to know that we're out here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. I love that. And you talk about Jamal, but man, let's go even further back to that entire group story. Yeah. When E and C first met, you know what I mean? They were both doing their thing individually. And you end up running into a guy that has the same standards, the same values that you have, and wants some of the same things for their life. And it's like, wow, I can run with a dude like this. Exactly. And man, let's talk about that real quick. Just you and I, some of the things that let us know, all right, this is a dude that I can rock with for real. I know that for me, man, it was some of the ways that you would push me, bro. You know what I mean? We would get into some areas where we would say that we wanted something for our life, but bro, you would actually be like, all right, bro, let's stick to it. You know what I mean? Right, sometimes right. You would have me feeling like, all right, bro, we just talked about this, so let's get on it. You know what I mean? That stick to itiveness sometimes that you had. And not even that, bro, your passion whenever you are sticking to something is like, that gives me energy, bro. That hypes me up. And it's like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you see your boy on the team, for those of you that play sport, you ever see somebody that's on your team where he's just going off? You know what I mean? He's balling out, spazzing. It's like, I bet, me too. I'm next. You know what I mean? Whenever they have those energy plays, you one of those guys that brings energy to me. And so as a team, I definitely feel like you were a guy that I was like, yeah, I can lean on this dude. I can depend on him for sure.
Yeah, bro. And same for you. Honestly, the exact same thing for you, because you would get in your zone where you would just start speaking from the heart, bro. And you got a gift in your voice, bro. And so when you would start speaking, bro, there would be so much passion like exuding out of you, bro. And you were definitely a person when you got to tech, and you're still this way, where you don't necessarily like to quit. You don't ever want to just give up on something. You know what I'm saying? You want to stick through it until the very end. And so every time we would have any type of conversation, that was the personality that stuck out. Like, that was the thing that came out. And you were so wise, bro. Like, I mean, you're only 2 months younger than me, but you had like a wisdom that was like 3 years older than me almost. You know what I'm saying? You had like an understanding. You were able to react the right way. And I was never able to react the right way. I always reacted based on feelings. And you came from a place of understanding. Like, you came from a place of knowledge and experience where you was like, bro, it's not even necessary to react like that. It's not even necessary to let me know, or it's not necessary for you to let somebody else know how you feel, because at the end of the day, that's not going to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And so it was one of those things where it was just like, bro, like, this kid is going to take himself places for no other reason other than you're wise. Like, you're smart. You know what you're talking about. Like, you know that X, Y, and Z is the consequences. So I'm going to move based on the consequences. It's like when they talk about responding versus reacting, bro. You responded, you know what I'm saying? You didn't just react. You never just had something pop off and then you did what you first felt like you were supposed to do. You always like responded in a way that it made me realize, I was like, bro, like, this is the type of person I need to surround myself around with, because I had other friends that, first of all, they never talked the way we would talk. First of all. Second of all, I saw something in you that I never saw in anybody else. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to you, I listen to you for my own personal development. Like, I listen to you for my own growth and my own success in my own personal life. And I never got that from any other people, like, in my own crew, because I was like, bro, like, you a knucklehead. Like, you goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even like really believe what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I couldn't take them serious. But for you, bro, like, there was never a time in my life where you spoke and I didn't think you meant it from the bottom of your heart. You know? Right.
Man, that's some good stuff, bro. That is good stuff. You got me over here like, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening and I'm like, dang, you make me sound like a good dude. But no, man. So for anybody that's listening, man, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Real stuff, real talk, real men. Like I said, the mission that we're trying to accomplish is sharpening the tools of manhood through collaborating with each other, talking about the things that real men go through on a daily basis. And so as we start moving forward, man, I am so excited. I am super excited. And hopefully you guys will go along on the ride with us and take this journey with us, bro. That's all I have personally for this first little session, man. But if you have anything else that you want to add, go ahead, man, and throw that in there.
Just for the podcast side of it, I definitely want you guys to like leave comments.
Yes.
Tell us what you guys want to hear. Tell us the things that you guys might be struggling with. Of course, throughout our entire podcast session, we're going to be talking to you guys about the things that we're struggling with. We're going to be a very open and transparent podcast. You know, the objective is to sharpen each other. So there's no way I can sharpen another individual if I'm not willing to be sharpened. You know, I was in my communications class on Friday and she said, I'm trying to take you guys to the next level. Like, I'm trying to make you guys like a great writer. But the only way I can sharpen you and I can make you a better writer is if you give me everything that you got. Don't go 50% on this paper because I can't give you the proper feedback that you need. Like, I need you to give 100% because whatever feedback I give you at 100%, then you can adjust, then you can make your changes, then you can become better at the task that you want. So definitely express whatever you guys are struggling with as we express what we're struggling with. And we hope that you guys grow, man, as well as we grow. So that's all I really have for it.
Man, that's really good. As I close it out, man, again, the podcast is called The Iron File. Definitely, I'm working on trying to get this thing on iTunes, Spotify, and some other platforms. And man, The Iron File, sharpening the tools of manhood through collaboration. And our vision is that people will look at manhood and be like, manhood is dope. Manhood is cool. It's okay for me to be a man. As we wrap this thing up, man, I just want y'all to remember, man, stay sharp. And we will holler at y'all next time.
Deuces.
Peace.
So I rebel. Oh, I resist. See, I know the race is won by those who still persist.